Hallelujah. Amen. Amen. Can someone say praise the Lord? This is actually not going to be a funny video because honestly, according to the news that we've been seeing, it's quite official about the government shutdown, blah blah blah, east, west, north, and south. But there's something a lot of people are failing to understand. And that is what I actually want us to digest in this video, not just coming here to clip some reaction videos. I want us to truly understand who are really going to be impacted, who are really going to be affected. Why will these people be affected when a country actually decide to shut down? And if these people are going to be affected, the people on the hierarchy really care. There's just a lot of things that I've been able to stitch in this particular video that I want you guys to watch from beginning to the end so that you can understand where I am coming from. You can also be able to digest and know exactly what it is before we go ahead to say any other thing that we need to say. Anyways, hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If this is the first time tuning in, subscribe, like, comment, and share. Credit belongs to original creators of every clips and stitches you have in our today's episode. And guys, with that being said, let's just dive right into this video so you guys can understand exactly where I am coming from. Let's go there, guys.
Good morning. Today is October 1st. It is 9 a.m. and the American government, the United States American government, is officially shut down. Briefly recapping how we got here, right? The federal government ran out of money after the Democratic backed spending bill that would have extended healthcare subsidized under the Affordable Care Act and reverse cuts to Medicaid failed, right? As well as a GOP backed stopgap funding measure that would have funded the government for 7 weeks also failed. They tried to vote on everything on Monday, it failed. They tried again yesterday, there was 2 votes, they both failed. Now, a lot of the information that I will be sharing with you all is coming from abcnews.go.com, so you could find the article yourself, but I'm going to be going through the entire thing and I have it highlighted so you guys know where to read along. Since I had already read the first highlighted text at the beginning of the video, we're going to go straight into it with this one, right? We want to sit down and negotiate, but the Republicans can't do that in their partisan ways, where they just say it's our way or the highway, Schumer says at a news conference following Senate votes Tuesday night. The Senate is expected to vote again on Wednesday, likely on the same 2 measures that failed Tuesday. Now, this is the part of the article where it starts to let you guys know what to expect, right? So the last shutdown began, the last one that we experienced here in the United States, in the United States government. The last shutdown began in December 2018 during Trump's first term and was the longest shutdown in history, 35 days. During that shutdown, some federal workers began showing up at food banks. Many essential workers began calling in sick. Union officials and many of them couldn't afford childcare or the gas they needed to go to work, okay? By the time that the government reopened in January 2019, about $3 billion in the United States government activity evaporated, never to be recovered according to the Congressional Budget Office. During the shutdown, as many as 4 million federal employees, including some service members, could go without a paycheck. Hundreds of thousands, including airport security, air traffic controllers, and certain members of the military will be deemed essential workers and told to work anyway. ICE agents also can go without pay. National parks could come to close. And some Smithsonian's museums also typically close within a few days. Roughly 2 million troops could be forced to work without pay, including hundreds of members of National Guards that Trump has deployed to the United States cities. Federal contractors, including hourly workers such as janitors, security guards, are not required to pay and are also not guaranteed back pay. So you don't have to come into work, but you won't get back pay. Lawmakers on Capitol Hill will continue to get paid their 174,000 annual salaries. Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid continue to be distributed, though there can be slowdowns. The FDA, this is a big one. The FDA can't ensure that the meat, right, the milk and the eggs of livestock are safe for people to eat. They can't do their job. It's shut down. But you want to know what your president thinks about this time right now? What he thinks, he's actually all for it. You want to know why? Because he's all for the layoffs. He's all for the layoffs. Let me show you the article. Now, this is coming from federalnewsnetwork.com, and in highlighted, Trump told reporters at the White House Tuesday afternoon that he's in favor of a shutdown related RIFs to the federal workforce, and that when you shut it down, You have to do layoffs. We'd be laying off a lot of people that are going to be very affected, Trump said, and they're going to be Democrats. A lot of good could come from the shutdown, he added. We can get rid of a lot of things that we didn't want. Now, I know that you guys peeped the little dig that he made about the layoffs and the people being laid off being Democrats, right? That he wants them to be Democrats. You should already know that this administration is blaming the left, the Democrats, for this government shutdown, for this federal shutdown. So much so that companies have already started sending out mass blast emails letting everybody know that it's not the Republicans' fault, that it's the Democrats' fault, and do not blame Trump. Now, what I have highlighted is just a small little portion of what the email reads, all right? The ones that have been sent out to employees to warn them not to blame the Republicans, not to blame Trump, but to blame the Democrats. It says, unfortunately, Democrats are blocking this continuing resolution in the U.S. Senate due to unrelated policy demands, the email states. If congressional Democrats maintain their current posture and refuse to pass a clean, continuing resolution to keep the government funded before midnight on September 30th, 2025, federal appropriated funds will lapse. They already sent this out before the official shutdown took place. They had already anticipated it. They already knew who they wanted to blame, and they were blaming the left. And not just that, because Donald Trump knew where this was going to go, he wanted to make sure to plant the seed of fear by letting everybody know that these layoffs are going to happen now. I'm happy about it. I want this. And in fact, I'm going to try to make sure that the people that are laid off are Democrats, since it's you guys' fault that this is happening. That's what your president is doing. Mind you, the last time that we dealt with a federal shutdown was in his term, was under his presidency in 2018. And it was the longest that this U.S. history has ever seen. To the point that once we came back, $3 billion of government funding evaporated. I see why he wants another shutdown. That was a transfer of wealth right there. $3 billion gone to never be recovered again? And we can't even ask questions about it because it was a government shutdown. Let's see how much money we lose this time. Let's see how much money we lose this time around. Let's see.
I heard at school today that the government shutting down is all the Democrats' fault. So I decided to look into it. Here's what I found. Sources in the caption. Okay, so right now, the Republicans control the House, the Senate, and the presidency. That means they basically hold the purse strings when it comes to government funding. But here's the twist. Democrats are refusing to just pass a plain funding bill because it doesn't protect health care. If the Affordable Care Act subsidies expire, people's insurance premiums could go up by more than 75%. And the congressional office even warned that up to 4 million people could lose their health insurance in the next decade if these subsidies aren't extended. So Republicans are saying Democrats are stalling and holding us hostage. But Democrats are saying we're not about to let our families get crushed by insane healthcare prices just so politicians can look tough. So is it really fair to just blame the Democrats? Republicans literally control all three branches right now. If they wanted a clean deal, they could push it through. But instead, we get the blame game, while regular people like us are going to be the ones who end up paying the price.
I can't believe Trump just said this.
We can do things during the shutdown that are irreversible, like cutting vast numbers of people out, cutting things that they like, cutting programs that they like.
But Jess, Trump is right. If Democrats don't sign this spending bill, it's their fault for the government shutdown.
Do you know why they're not signing it?
Because they don't want to give Trump his way, ever.
Nope. Do you have health care?
Yeah.
How would you feel if your insurance went up 75%?
I wouldn't like that.
This spending bill would let ACA subsidies expire, which would make premiums jump 75% for millions of Americans.
Wait, really?
Do you support the education system?
Yes.
This bill slashes education funding by 15% and eliminates all funding for public broadcasting.
Oh, so Democrats not signing the bill is an attempt to help everyday Americans?
Exactly. And here's the thing. Trump's already been firing federal workers all year. He's already been cutting programs. But now he's using the shutdown as an excuse to blame all of it on Democrats.
You're right. Republicans control all three branches of government. Maybe they're to blame.
The government is shut down. Federal workers are furloughed. Paychecks frozen, services suspended. Families across the country are wondering how long will this last? And when does the President of the United States post about not the shutdown, not the millions affected. Instead, he's raging about the FBI and Scott Perry's cell phone. This is the reality. Ordinary people are left in the dark while Trump's priority is his personal grievances. A real leader should address crisis facing the nation. This one is too busy setting scores.
This is just your semi-regular reminder that the government doesn't care about you. The government only cares about themselves and padding the pockets of billionaires. This government shutdown, all it's going to do is hurt regular people. It's going to hurt people that are waiting for their SNAP benefits. It's going to hurt people that are waiting for passports or visas. It's going to hurt people that are waiting to be approved for HUD and FHA loans. It's going to hurt the people that work for the federal government that are depending on their income from the federal government. It's not going to hurt your senators and representatives and anyone like that. It's just going to hurt the everyday person. So, it's going to hurt small businesses. They're not going to get their small business loans approved quickly. Fortunately, things like VA benefits and Social Security benefits are still going to continue to come out, but there's still plenty of other people that are going to be affected by it just because adults can't be adults.
You guys, stop what you're doing. You're going to want to hear this. The government is on the verge of shutting down. And right now, the person to blame for that is not Democrats. It's not Joe Biden. It's not Barack Obama. It's not the radical leftists. It's MAGA Republicans and Donald J. Trump, the sitting president of the United States. You see, Congress is not in session, and we're about 6 or 7 hours away from the government running out of money, and every single House Democrat showed up to Congress to try and stop and prevent it from happening, but Republicans are nowhere to be found. Take a look at this picture. Yeah, this picture was released by Courier Newsroom, and you can see it's very empty because these are all the Democrats over here on this side. But Republicans, where are they? Monica de la Cruz, where are you? Mike Johnson, where are you? And they're all doing this by plan. They're doing it intentionally because they know that if they are in session right now, it's going to force a vote, and it's going to force them to swear in Adelita Grijalva, the Congresswoman-elect from Arizona's 7th Congressional District, and they don't want that to happen. Do you know why? Because she would be the 218th signature needed to sign the discharge petition to force a vote and the release of the Epstein files. And Republicans do not want that. So they're pushing away from that. They're not in session, so they don't have to swear in Adelita. And they don't want to vote on any government spending resolutions. They don't want to vote on anything to prevent the government shutting down. They want people to be fired, to be laid off, because at the end of the day, the American people are going to hurt. People are going to lose health care, and people are going to lose their jobs through these layoffs because Donald Trump has said he's going to have mass government layoffs if the government shuts down. And by the looks of it, it's going to shut down. And I want you to tell everyone in your family, your friends, that Republicans did this. Show them this picture. Show them that Republicans aren't doing their job. They're protecting P to the O's, and they are forcing a government shutdown. So everyone needs to know about this. Comment down below to boost engagement. Share it right now, repost it, and follow along for more updates.
Well, breaking fuck the news. I'm so excited that I gardened before I made this post. Donald Trump makes a post to Truth Social about Project 2025 for the first time. I have a meeting with Russ Vought, he of Project 2025 fame, to determine which of the many Democrat agencies, most of which are political scam, he recommends to be cut, and whether or not those cuts will be temporary or permanent. I can't believe the radical left Democrats gave me this unprecedented opportunity. They are not stupid people, so maybe this is their way of wanting to. Quietly and quickly, make America great again. There's two things that are so interesting about this. For one, he mentions the curator of Project 2025 and says it all in the same post. And not only that, I posted a video on here not too long ago where Donald Trump said smart people don't like me. What I said in the video is he called all Republicans fucking stupid because you like him. Then in this post, he says the Democrats aren't stupid people. So he knows the radical left aren't idiots, but he calls you, his worshipers and swallowers, stupid every chance he gets. Congratulations. Welcome to the Fourth Reich.
Since y'all sitting on the toilet, y'all might as well listen to the news from yesterday, so let's recap. My Vice President Kamala Harris made it very clear that the Republicans are responsible for the shutdown. They have the House, they have the Senate, they have the Supreme Court, and they got the White House, baby. Democrats don't have shit. They trying to save Medicaid and healthcare and Obamacare all at the same goddamn time. And no, illegal immigrants cannot get healthcare in America. Venezuela's president changes the goddamn day of Christmas. They celebrated it yesterday. Candace, please stop talking. Please. I mean, I don't even like you like that, but stop talking. My man Barack is DJing? Okay, live your best life. I'm not mad at you. While we're in the midst of a government shutdown, let me remind you of this. Tupac Fiasco said a president that has a government shutdown is weak. Wigs R Us also signed an executive order protecting Qatar in the case of an Izzy attack. Which side are we on now? You naughty little boy. It's always one of y'all, ain't it? My president is right. Old people need to step the fuck down and let the young ones lead. Governor J.B. Pritzker said it's time to invoke the 25th Amendment. We agree, but it's not going to happen. It won't. Democrats, it's time for y'all to start investing in more content creators because we are losing the fight on YouTube. Elania's a billionaire, a 500 billionaire. Nobody should have that much fucking money. Izzy's got the flotilla, y'all. Greta's been taken along with a bunch of other folk. But they are saying at least 20 ships made it through. I don't know how true that is, but we will wait and see. Walmart's canceling its food diet. I wonder what the food will look like. Frumpy holds money from New York City, $18 billion worth. Another one, thank you. Y'all collecting these hoes like Pokemon cards. Frumpy also removes money from Chicago, specifically the children, black children. A little 12-year-old black boy gets arrested for driving his bike recklessly. Y'all couldn't just give him a warning? We're getting $1 trillion to the military. $197 billion goes to the Army. Defense agencies, $210 billion. Navy, $292 billion. Air Force, $301 billion. But we ain't got shit for Medicaid. We don't have nothing for VA. Nothing for SNAP, nothing for housing, nothing for WIC, nothing for the middle class or the lower class. Hell, y'all don't even have shit for farmers. Simon revokes Portia's way of getting into Nigeria. Nigeria said, I'm American, I can go anywhere, but how about you? Nikki and Cardi finally stopped arguing, and Saucy and JT picked it right on up. It's getting a bit crazy out here, y'all. And it looks like the National Guard is arresting people in Portland. Yes, the National Guard is arresting people in Portland. Last but not least, Frumpy is sending ICE to the Super Bowl. Apparently, Bad Bunny's not American enough for them. I hope he does every fucking song in Spanish. And the NFL, y'all better not back the hell out. All right, people, see you in a bit. Bye.
So the government has officially been shut down after Democrats, along with Republicans, were unable to come to a bipartisan agreement. Reportedly, the Democrats wanted to get millions and millions of dollars to fund health care for illegal immigrants. And in the reports that I'm seeing, they're straight up lying, saying that that's not the case. We know that that's the case. We see how hard you all have gone for these illegal citizens, okay? We see how you all have traveled overseas to visit them in jail. We see how you guys have staged protests and paid people to attend them in order to keep them here and keep them from being deported. We see how the previous administration left the border wide open for the entire term, allowing millions upon millions of them to flood into our system, providing them with free housing, food, cars, all at the expense of the taxpayer. So this party does not give a damn about us. I don't even know why they're called U.S. representatives, because they only represent foreigners, okay, in my opinion. It's just interesting how they claim to care so much about health, but they mandated a vaccine, the previous administration, and told us that if we didn't get it, we couldn't work for a virus that had a very low mortality rate, okay? Unless you were a senior citizen and had some form of pre-existing conditions, okay? They shut down the whole government because of that, okay? And now here they are doing it again for people that are not even here legally. If they really cared about health care, why didn't they make all of those illegal immigrants get the vaccine that they mandated for the U.S. worker? Okay, they allowed millions to come over into the country during the COVID era, before it was over officially, and did not even make it mandatory for them to be vaccinated. But they care so much about health care. And get this, the politicians were also exempt. So the ones that were making the law that we, the United States taxpayer, the workers, had to be vaccinated or else risk losing our job, kind of sound like a dictatorship to me, a dictatorial demand. but they didn't even have to get the vaccine. So these guys do not give a damn. I don't care how much they try to preach like they care about the U.S. citizens. They have shown time and time again that they do not. And I'll be glad, very glad, when this party is abolished.
I promised I was going to do my best in trying to keep you guys updated with all of the more recent developments regarding this government shutdown that we're dealing with. And here is the most recent development. So they tried to vote again and they failed again. This is now the third day in a row where they have tried to get to a resolution and they have failed. And so the government shutdown is still ongoing. But I got a couple of things that I just want to address. So we are dealing with a Republican House, a Republican Senate, a Republican president. This is the Republican shutdown. That's what it is. Because I don't understand how you're trying to blame the Democrats when everything is in your hands. And as per some of the representatives from the Democratic side, they stated that we would love to get to a resolution, but we can't because the Republicans refuse because they're dead set in having things run their way, go their way. And we can believe that because all the Democrats are asking for is some extra funding to put towards the Affordable Care Act tax credits that ran out. You understand? Especially with all of these cuts to Medicaid, it ran out and they're asking for more because American citizens need it. And the Republicans are saying no. And that's the reason why we're dealing with a shutdown right now. And now they're trying to go out their way to say that it's the Democrats' fault when you guys run the House, you run the Senate, and you run the White House. So how the fuck is it the Democrats' fault? And I really just want you guys, whoever's a Republican, please, I understand that logic is not your friend, but I need you to open up your fucking eyes and open up your ears. Look at what the fuck is going on in front of you. You guys have control over everything in this country and look what the fuck is going on to it. You have control over everything. Everything it's playing out how you guys swear it needs to play out in order for America to be great again, right? It's been 9 months. Oh, officially now, it's been 10 months. Look at the state of America. Look at the state of your country that you're so proud of. Look at the state of your country. To the point where people used to talk so highly of America, they speak down on you now. It's the Republicans' fault. And you guys are going out of your way to try to send email blasts to try to blame the Democrats. Y'all really are trying to blame the Democrats for something that you guys are in complete control over. 100%, it is all on you. It's all on the Republican side. It's all on the conservative side. They have all the power. Then you have this fucking Supreme Court that's literally giving in to this administration, this Republican administration. Y'all have everything and look at the state of the country. Y'all have everything and look at the state of the country. This is not just a federal shutdown. This is a Republican government shutdown. And I think that's what we got to make it clear to all Americans and non-Americans. They need to know. Because right now, this administration is currently trying to spread propaganda that all that is going on is because of the left. And that's not the case. The facts show everything that is going on is in the control of the Republicans. It's in control of the Republicans' hands, and that's the reason why everything is playing out the way that it is. Ever since they got control over everything. Look. Unemployment rise. Less jobs. Now, for the first time in America, there are more unemployed people long-term than there are available jobs. Okay? Medicaid, Medicare cuts across the ass, all across the country. Okay? Cuts to school funded programs. Okay? You have troops literally walking around unmasked with no identification. Given more advanced military fucking weaponry to walk amongst civilians like you and I. Ever since they got control. Look at the state of this country. And y'all still are doing everything that you can do to blame the left, to blame the Democrats. And the only thing that the Democrats are to blame for right now is that they refuse to sign shit unless they get stuff for the people. That's it. And instead of giving the Democrats what they need, considering that for the last 10 months, the Republicans have been on a streak. They've been winning, getting every single case, everything that they want. They're getting it. They're getting it. They're making us fucking honor a man who got popped in his neck this month because it's his birthday month. They made it a national holiday. They're getting everything that they want. All we needed was some more money for Medicaid, for Medicare. And they said no. They said no. And they were willing to let the entire government shut down. And they continue to do that because they want the money. They want the money. So when is the general strike happening, bro? Like, oh my God, when is the general strike happening? When is it happening? When is it happening? When? When are we going to finally rebel, protest against the Republican Party, against the Republican shutdown? Because that's what it is. Republican House, Republican Senate, Republican President. It's all on them.
Anyways, welcome back, guys. As you can see, a lot of people are definitely going to be affected, be it left or right, front or back, east or west, north or south. And one of the things I actually learned from this particular shutdown is nobody cares about you, especially as a citizen. Like, you see those people at the top, they really do not care about you. I'm not saying this because it's only US, right? I'm saying this generally. And that is why I said that is one of the things I actually learned from all of this shutdown, east, west, north, and south. Because if they truly care about you, they will not be really concerned about their selfish interests. If they truly care about you, they will not be really concerned and decide to say, oh, we are going to shut down. It's painful. It hurts. Because in as much as these people are shutting down, these people are literally not going to suffer anything. The people that are going to suffer it, the people that are going to see hell, the people that are going to pass through the fire are people that do not have anything. And for the MAGAs coming out to cry, talking about the shutdown, I really don't feel for them. I don't know why. I don't feel for them. Because I feel like they knew that this was actually going to happen and they actually made it to happen. They didn't really care about anybody. So why do they expect people to start caring about them right now? So, yeah, according to some of the reports that we've seen, they've said that the shutdown is official. We don't know when it is going to last or how long it's going to last. But I pray it doesn't really last really fast or last to a very lengthy length. I pray things actually are able to be sorted out as quick as possible, because I can just imagine the future of every single individual, especially for those ones that literally cannot even eat right now. They can't even feed, they can't even do some certain things. Then adding up to this blah 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 shutdown, it is really really going to be hard on a lot of people. And one thing I need to say is, please try look out for one another, especially for people that look like me. You guys know that it's your own that is paining me. It's you people's own that is paining me, honestly. So look out for one another. Try to reach out to anybody that you know and ask them how they are faring, how they are doing, because a lot of people are already expecting food stamps and food stamp is nowhere to be found. A lot of people that are on welfare especially are going to understand what it means to be an independent, right? I think I saw some of the clips. I think one of the clips actually stitched in yesterday's video where this American man was like, let's go, let's do it, let's do it. I told you guys to come out for us to do a country shutdown. You people said no. Now the Republicans are doing it by themselves. It is good. A lot of people are saying it is good. A lot of people are saying it is bad. But one thing I know is that this is actually going to be affecting every single person, but not the White House and not those ones in the hierarchy, the ones that knows everything, the ones that has everything. It is definitely not going to affect them. But anyways, I feel so sad, and this video is just with a heavy heart. That's why you can see that I'm just calm. I didn't even think of. I just, guys, subscribe, like, comment, and share. Credit belongs to original creators of every clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. And this is just for educational purposes, not to come here bash anyone, make anyone feel uncomfortable, right? Just let me know what your thoughts are. How do you think this is actually going to be affecting a lot of people? I really want to know in the comment section. Anyways, bye for now. I'll see you in my next one. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. And come back for more.